Hello everyone, welcome back to Paws Art. Today I'm going to be showing you some more tips as well as doing a new video on glitter acrylic paint. Now a few months ago I made a video on this technique, which now it has over 200 views as I'm recording this, which is insane. It is by far my most viewed video on my channel. And since that is so popular, I'm going to share some more tips on it. So, what you need to do this technique is something to put paint on, and then any sort of acrylic paint. I am using apple barrel paint, matte finish, and it's acrylic. I am using cobalt hue and crimson. And so, to start off, I'm going to squirt some paint on my plate. And the basis of this technique is where you mix glitter into paint. So in the blue, I'm going to take a little bit separate from the pool I just poured. I'm going to put a little bit of blue glitter into there. Now I know that looks like a lot, but glitter is very fine. Well, depends on the size glitter you have, but that glitter I just squirted in there is very fine. And I want this paint to be a little on the chunkier side. Now this paint is not for a main thing. You don't use it for all of your painting. You use it as more of an accent. So I take the glitter paint and I swipe it on my paper here. And now it's glittery and sparkly. I think you can see the sparkles. Sparkles don't really pick up that well on camera, but in real life that is very sparkly. So now bringing my plate back, I'm going to take a different palette knife. Now you can use a palette knife or a paintbrush. I'm just using palette knives right now, but I will show you later on blending with these paints with a paintbrush. So just like with the blue, I'm going to take some of the crimson. And with this, I'm actually going to take a chunkier glitter. Now this is champagne glitter. I think this is just the color. It's basically rose gold glitter, but it is chunky. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this. Now, when you're dealing with glitter, be very careful because this gets all over very quickly. So now I'm going to take the plate, put it off to the side, and do the same thing I did with the blue. Now you can still really see that sparkling. It's a different color than the paint that it's in. And that adds a really interesting effect. Now another thing you can do, I'm going to add a little bit more crimson paint to that little pile there. And I'm going to grab some pink glitter. Now this is my finer glitter I'm adding to this. And now I'm just going to mix in that pink and with the paint, the extra paint, as well as the champagne glitter. Now the champagne glitter doesn't really thicken the paint, and also keep in consideration that this can also change the color of your paint. So if you want a really sparkly color, you might need to add more paint to it to keep it that color that you want. Now I also got a little bit of blue in my paint, so that's why it has like a purpley tinge to it now. Alright, I'm also going to add a little bit more of the champagne glitter. Alrighty, and now here I'm going to put on my paper. And here it's more sparkly. If I can get to pick up, it's more sparkly and you still have those chunks of different colors in there. And now for the final test, I am going to try to blend these. So for this, I am going to put more paint in here just so I have the most blending capabilities as possible. Acrylic paint is pretty easily blended, although it dries very quickly. And especially if it's thicker paint, it's going to dry even faster. So be very quick about this if you want to try this as well. So now I'm going to put on a good thick coat of the red. Now this shouldn't dry too fast because I add way more paint to it. So hopefully it'll stay wet enough, long enough for me. So it doesn't really look like there's much glitter in that, just because I didn't add any. So just keep that in mind that the blue is not very glittery. So now I'm going to take my paint brushes and I'm going to try to blend these. And exactly how I thought it would end up, blended beautifully. Now, please keep in mind that the glitter does not really wash out of your brushes that well, so if you want to do this on a regular basis and you really like the paintbrush, don't use it for this technique. I recommend having a separate couple brushes, a different size, like a small, medium, for this technique alone, and I wouldn't really recommend using them for anything else in case a piece of glitter or two falls out. but I think this is really cool technique. You can add special touches. You can do this for like a sparkle in a character, and if you're doing a portrait painting, you can do this for like a sparkle in their eye, or if you're doing like a glitter painting where you're doing this for everything, I would recommend being a little bit more sparing in the glitter in parts and heavier in other parts to add a little bit more contrast and not have you like, wow, that's a lot of glitter. But I do really like this technique. I definitely need to use it more in my paintings. Now if you like this video and you want to see more, please be sure to like this video, share it to other people who you think would benefit from this. Comment what you think down below. If you tried this, what are your thoughts on it? And click subscribe to see lots of art content. I don't only do paintings, I do alcohol-based markers, colored pencils, sketching, fine lining, and lots of digital art in there as well. I share lots of tips and tricks. I'm trying to do more, so if you have anything you want to learn more about, please leave it in the comments below and I'll be sure to make a video about it. I also have an Instagram where I post separate art that you will not see on my YouTube channel, so please go check it out there. I just finished up a challenge, a month-long challenge where I drew different aesthetics, and I had a lot of fun with that, and I'm doing more challenges this month, so please be sure to check out my channel, my Instagram, and I have many other videos that I think you'll enjoy on this YouTube channel. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a very artistic day. Bye!